All right, hello everyone. Welcome to game number 1 of Warclap versus Deathfire Grasp Squad. Apologies for a little bit of a late start. We are just now getting into it. DFG have taken the red side here for this game number 1. So Warclap will be starting on the blue side. Going to be their first ban as we jump straight in here to game number 1 draft. Nyla going to be the hubber for the side of DFG, and this will be interesting. I have not seen a whole lot of Nyla come out of really any of these teams. The only person that I know that plays it in the Surge League, or really in TLS at all, is probably Tyler. Not saying that Nyla is a bad ADC, but definitely not high priority, so definitely interesting to see that ban come out. However, Warclap will answer back with the Thresh for game number, or for draft ban number 2, excuse me. Goodness. Nocturne going to be the response for the side of DFG, and Warclap going to lock in their last ban here. See very shortly what it will be. A lot of spread focus for both of these teams, neither focusing on one specific lane or trying to ban out one specific player. Going to be pretty spread out as far as it goes. Some jungle and ADC pressure from the side of DFG. Warclap, some mid support, and now a jungle ban with the Jarvan. DFG, their final ban in this first phase, and the final ban in total for the first phase. Interesting jungle bans coming out. A lot of engage really coming out in the bans for both of these teams. Nocturne and Nyla both very good at engaging. Of course, Thresh and Jarvan also able to do so and more engage. DFG bans away the Ahri. Warclap going to take the Jinx for their first pick here. Jinx, a good priority pick ADC. Definitely a hyper carry. Needs a little bit of time to scale up, but is very reliable. We'll see how DFG answers back for this first pick phase. Will be the Ashe Hubbard. Do they lock in the Seraphine? We have seen some teams pick up the first half of this Ashe Seraphine bot lane and have it denied to them on the other side, either picking up a jungle or a different solo lane, but DFG are hovering the Seraphine here. Will look to take both of these and definitely would make things difficult for this Warclap bot lane. Seraphine Ashe, a very oppressive bottom lane, will be locked in here for the side of Deathfire Grasp Squad. So a lot of good setup in this bot lane already, a lot of good utility. Could see something like the Amumu come out to make even more setup happen. Do need some potential engage for the side of DFG before we can really get this composition rolling, but Milio and Zac going to be the answers back on the side of Warclap. Milio, very good support just in general. Not one of the more popular Jinx pairings, but is very good at keeping her alive. Zac, of course, being a very oppressive jungler. This DFG Hubber the Fizz. We know that Fizz Tacos would definitely like to get that champion. Keeping away, excuse me, from the second round of bans here. DFG will lock that one in, and they will return to banning. The second ban phase will kick off with red side bans. And DFG have elected a mid laner, have pinched the mid pool a little bit, so has Warclap, so pinching the mid pool for them could be pretty decent, or they can elect to go for the top side as the Mordekaiser ban comes out. Who are going to be the response. Warclap looking to pinch the jungle pool, it looks like, as they do already have their jungler picked up. DFG, their final ban for this game number 1. Will they continue to pinch the top pool, or will they look for something in the mid lane that is good into the Fizz? Will be the Mel as the response, and this is pretty decent. Mel very good into all 3 of the DFG's champs. Seraphine, Fizz, and Ashe all having very critical abilities that can be reflected by that Mel. So a very good heads up ban for the side of DFG. Warclap going to ban the Malphite out here. And it will be starting back on DFG's side. So a bit of mixture for both of these teams. No specific pinch in either position remaining. DFG, though, going to select the Wukong for this game number 1. That will give them the engage that they need with the Seraphine. Fizz, of course, has a little bit amount of engage, but that ultimate does require a little bit of skill to use. Does need to land in order for that to go forward. Fizz also not the best target for the Encore, as sometimes he may have to use the Playful Trickster to get out of difficult situations, and if that is used during the Seraphine R, that could make things very difficult. But Wukong, very reliable, easily able to extend that Encore. Garen going to be the selection here for Warclap. And a decent amount of engage and frontline for the side of Warclap. Zach and Garen. Oh, okay. Speaking of engage. Okay. This is interesting. Is it Garen? It looks... I think it's Garen mid. That would be my guess here. Mundo top, Zach jungle. Could be Zach mid, I suppose, but we'll have to find out here relatively shortly. A decent amount of front line to stand in front of this Jinx. I do worry a little bit about the damage coming out from the side of Warclap here. DFG will lock in the Nasus. All right, welcome back for game number 1. It is indeed Garen in the mid lane for the side of Warclap here. Will be
Minions have spawned.
Zach in the jungle, and of course the Mundo in top lane. Down here in the bottom lane, Kaiju and Vinceland will spot out their lane opponents in Zoko and Happy Senpai. Rapowski looking for an early ward, will get spotted out by Fizz Tacos. Not able to do anything about that though.
I'm pretty strong. I've been training.
A little bit of dancing happening here in the bottom lane. Both of these teams just taunting each other a little bit. Rapowski will take a little bit of damage here from Fizz Tacos. The electrocute won't be procced. Of course, Garen, a very annoying champion, has all to do in this lane. Both really are annoying champions, I would say. Both Fizz and Garen. Very difficult to go in the top or middle lane, depending on where they are played. Gojo really wanting to just scale up on this Nasus, get as many Q stacks as he can. Tactical having a little bit of a rough time on this top side. Now on the bottom side, a little bit of rough trading. Both of these teams will have some issues, but Rapowski very, very low. The ignite used by Fizz Tacos. Ooh, the flash away from the Garen. Not quite managed to land just yet. Garen will be forced to recall though early in this lane matchup. Going to make things a little bit difficult for him. But will try to recover. Tactical looking to go aggressively here on Gojo. Does not have a lot of mana to do so. Needs to be very careful. Or excuse me, Gojo does not have a lot of mana and needs to be careful. We will be pushing in. Fractals is on this top side now. Tactical needs to be very careful indeed. Going to do a lot of damage though. The ignite coming out. But first blood secured by the Wukong. Not going to land that ignite kill. Will be a little bit annoying. Kaiju having to run for his life. Will flash get the ignite out from the Seraphine. Still very, very low on this champion. Zoko does have flash available still. Insolent will remain in this bottom side to try and hold as much of the wave as he can for as long as possible. But of course, Ashe going to be very difficult to hold that into. Happy Senpai will head up towards the first Rift Scuttle and help this Wukong secure both top and bottom scuttle. Attack a little bit behind on that early clear. We'll have a bit of a rough time. Rapowski trying to do some damage here to the Fizz, but just not getting nearly enough off. A flash forward from Happy Senpai will be the kill secured by the support Ignite from Rapowski to try to get something back in response, but his Taco's way too healthy for that to manage. Good roam from the support of DFG. It will secure the second kill of the game. Garen mid not looking like it's going to work out. Tactical and Gojo battling it out here on this top side once again. Gojo very low on mana still. Does have the Sheen available though. We'll be able to collect most of these minions very easily. Level 6 now available for both of these top laners. Should Tactical decide to engage, will be a lot better for him. Gojo in a very difficult position now. But guess who's top lane again? Will be the Monkey King. Secures the kill on this Mundo once again. Flash used this time. Or Mayview. Gojo playing right at the edge here. This will be very frustrating for the Mundo. Multiple times where kills could have gone either way. Secured by the jungle, but Canned Goods, seeing jungle topside, will look to secure this Drake, but now will be pinched. Rapowski in the area, rooted up by Zoko. Passive will be popped from Zac. Rapowski cannot engage. DFG will say thanks for the leash. Will take its first Ocean Drake for themselves. And it was a good look, but realistically, you need your bot lane to walk up and assist you when you're on this Drake. And unfortunately, Happy Senpai and Zoko were pushing in the wave, making life very difficult for the side of Warclap. Just not able to sneak that Drake away, especially not with an Ashe. This Taco's doing a good job here of poking out in this mid lane. We'll have about a wave over his lane opponent. Gojo and Tactical once again battling it out, but this time it's Canned Goods up here on the top side. The Zac here will miss. Gojo will get the level up on this Nasus. Ultimate is up and available. Tactical not wanting to give up this wave. And Goods looking for the regank though on top side. Gojo needs to be very careful. Good sidestep here. The ultimate coming out from the Nasus, but unfortunately the 2v1, the flash away. No jump available yet for Canned Goods, but Rapowski now up here on this top side looking for the potential play. Will go underneath the turret. Rapowski gonna try to get it one back, but Demacian Justice will fall. Garen collects his first kill of the game. First kill for the side of Warclap. A good rotation, but will lose quite a bit in this mid lane. Now a 2v2 between the Fizz. Oh, the Fizz ultimate coming out. The Ignite as well. Flash away from Canned Goods, who does have the level 6, but very low and no passive available. Nasus TP out towards the top side. Tactical will throw out a Q. Will taunt his lane opponent a little bit as the second one lands. grubs collected in the favor of DFG. All three will go over thanks to good ultimate from Fizz Tacos, forcing out that Zac. And a good early lead here, 2.5k gold in the favor of DFG at 10 minutes. Gojo will be collecting some plates for himself. Tactical returns to the lane. Gojo not super tanky just yet on this Nasus, but does have a decent amount of stacks here, about 100 on this champion. Trading back and forth to see who is higher up in XP. Wukong once again returning to this top side. Tactical needs to be careful. Aaron will be rotating up towards this side as well. Good route, but Canned Goods is now here on this bottom side to make things difficult. Zoko popping the barrier. Kaiju doing the same. The flash forward from Zoko does not manage to secure that kill. Maybe with a little bit of help from the Seraphine, but that does not work out in the favor. Fizz Tacos now here on this bottom side though. The flash coming out for Fizz Tacos as he secures that kill. Still going to remain on this bottom side. Pencilin going to get hit, excuse me, by the Fizz ultimate. Will go down. Zoko now in this mid lane, fighting out Rapowski. Will do a lot of damage in the top side. Tactical very, very low, but Kojo completely out of mana here. And Goods returning to his main jungle. Has been doing a decent job on this Zac now that he has a little bit of items. Trying to move around the map, trying to make things difficult for the side of Warclap. These pushing lanes not able to do very much for free. Knowing that these rotations are coming through. Wukong having some good early moves towards the top side, but not making anything happen since then. But now, with the second Drake up and available, Fizz Tacos down here on the bottom side with Fractals. Looking for a potential play on this bottom side to secure them the Drake. And a rotation coming down. Kaiju will get hit by the ultimate and will just fall. Kojo covering this mid lane, preventing the Garen from getting anything else. The ultimate coming out from Happy Senpai here. Pencilin is going to fall. Good play coming out from this bottom lane of the DFG. Rapowski trying to cover. And Goods also down here on this bottom side. Kojo returns to the top side here. DFG almost collecting the first turret on this bottom side. Not quite able to do it. Good rotations from the mid and jungle of Warclap to prevent that from going down. Tactical though, very, very low. Will pop the ultimate. Will also use the ignite. Kojo very scary at this point in the game on this Nasus. Not quite as much scaling from Tactical just yet. Does have the steadfast, or excuse me. Gojo, though, in a bit of trouble here. Will have to run for his life. Rapowski coming up to drop the Mossing Justice once again. Will take a turret shot, but will not go any further. Good coverage here for the side of Warclap, helping out this top laner. Has had a bit of a rough time. Now mid lanes and bot lanes will swap positions, looking for a potential play. And Goods looking to go in, but not going to start it up just yet. Gojo needing some help from his jungler. But on the bottom side, Tacos will secure the first kill, or first turret kill, excuse me. Tactical now in a lot of trouble. Will fall to the Monkey King once again. Gojo using the ultimate, although not entirely necessary. Goku will look for this mid lane turret damage. Herald now up and available. Tacos going to secure the kill off of the Ash Arrow. Good picks coming out for this DFG squad. Gojo on this top side, going to take a decent amount of damage. Does not have the ulti, will fall. Good play from Canned Goods. Securing back a kill, but Tacos in the mid lane will collect another turret for his team. Rift Herald going over to the side of DFG. On the bottom side, though, Rapowski trying to get something back in this mid lane. Canned Goods looking for a potential play here. Will drop very low. Tactical and Punslin up here as well. Both teams trying to get something, but the ultimate only landing on Tactical, who does pop his own. And Goods looking for a potential play here, but does not quite have anything. Rapowski going to fall here to the Fizz. Flashes away. Has to run for his life. Garen, a very fast champion, but Fizz also fast. The flash to secure that kill. The game will calm down slightly. 17 minutes in, and we are already at a 7k gold lead in favor of Deathfire Grasp. Some of these picks that have been pulled off, making life very difficult for the side of Warclap. They are falling behind in objectives, both neutral and otherwise. Tactical now up here on this top side, going to take a lot of damage from Gojo, who does pop the ultimate. No ultimate available in response for the Mundo. He will fall. This Taco is going to get found out here by Rapowski, who wants a little bit of revenge. The Ignite comes down for the Garen. The ultimate coming out for both him. Ooh, Fizz Tacos using the Secret Storm Guard, or excuse me, the full Zanya's. Mossing Justice comes down, but will not find its target. This Garen not working out the way that they would have hoped, but Zoko does need to be a little bit careful. Still can make things very difficult as Gojo now getting run down by Kaiju and Tactical. Drake will come down for the side of DFG, and they will now put themselves on Soul Point. Gojo going to get blasted over the wall, but Punslin is also here. Needs to run for his life. The flash coming out of the Nasus. Will manage to get away. Now Happy Senpai in a little bit of a sticky spot. Fractals and Zoko not far behind, though. Will engage onto this Mundo. He cannot go wherever he pleases, and once again the ultimate just not landing on anyone critical. The Ash Arrow will land onto Rapowski, but Mikhail's coming out from Pinsaloon will prevent anything more from happening. Fizz Tacos and Happy Senpai looking for a potential play here. Fizz does land the ultimate, will do a lot of damage. The healing coming down, but just not enough. Happy Senpai needs to get out. Kaiju does do a little bit of damage, has the Hex Optics at this point in the game. Kowski sniffing around the side, looking to see for a potential play. Will not find anything just yet. $20 minutes, fast approaching. 10 seconds left on this Baron. Sole point for DFG and an 8, almost 9k gold lead for their side. Most of that gold lead in the top half of the map will be a 3k gold lead in mid lane, a 2.5k gold lead in jungle, and a just under 2k for the top lane. Going to be very rough. And perhaps with a little bit more advantage in that bottom side, Jinx could get something done, but right now it's going to be up to a pick to start off the fight. Coco up here on this top side. Gojo also up here. Going to make life very difficult for Tactical as Happy Senpai coming around for the flank. Tactical has nowhere to go. Pops the ultimate will fall. As Rapowski and Fizz Tacos battling it out on this bottom side. Garen going to be taken very, very low. Fizz Tacos no flash this time. Rapowski is still pretty fast. Won't manage to get to his team, but not in time. Fizz Tacos goes godlike as the Baron will be started up by DFG. Only 3 members on it, but only 2 members left alive. Sorry, 3 members left alive for the side of Warclap. They will just now discover this. Canned Goods does have the ultimate. Ooh. Oh no! Ooh, that was so close. 26 health left on that Baron as Canned Goods looks for the steal. Will not manage to find it. And that is a heart-stopping moment for the side of DFG. A 10k gold lead for them right now, and if they fail to get that Baron, it's going to look very, very rough. All 5 members wearing purple, though. The smite slightly early from the Wukong. Rapowski and Canned Goods now here on the bottom side looking for his Tacos, who does use Playful Trickster early to try and get away. The ultimate comes out from Fizz Tacos and Rapowski does a respectable amount of damage. But onto a Fed Fizz, just not enough. 7-0-5 on this champion, and now multiple members of DFG are here on the bottom side. Gojo is going to start off the fight. Multiple members coming in, and finally Happy Senpai lands a good ultimate. The arrow goes wide, but just not needed as Kaiju having to flash away for his life. Pinsaloon trying to protect his ADC, but both of them are going to fall very shortly. Kaiju, the last remaining member. Fizz Tacos goes legendary. And only Tactical remaining for this protection. Warclap will lose their bottom lane inhibitor as DFG, still wearing purple, will march all the way in. One inhibitor or Nexus turret falls. The second shortly afterwards. Tactical just does not have enough damage. Canned Goods and Pinsaloon now respawning, but Tactical will fall as Gojo goes godlike. The Nexus will fall as well, and that will be GG for game number 1 in the favor of this TFG squad. All right, welcome back. Game number 2. Will Warclap be able to clap back in this game? DFG with a very commanding lead for game number 1. There will be war remaining on the blue side for this game. DFG will keep red. Once again, Jarvan going to be the first ban here for the side of Warclap. The Morgana in response for the side of DFG, so they will be changing this up a little bit. And we also have an additional change in the Fury coming out for the side of Warclap in game number 1, trying to focus a little bit on this mid lane. DFG will go back to their regularly scheduled bans. Nyla being hovered here for their side will be locked in here in Warclap. Their final ban for this first round. Fresh going to be the ban. No new adaptations after that Nefiri. Same for the side of DFG. They will ban away the Nocturne. Once again, a lot of decent spread for both of these teams. Nefiri, a good mid laner, but could be a good jungler. Jungle and support additionally banned for the side of Warclap. On the side of DFG, completely split, will be 2 bot laners, support an ADC and a jungler. So kind of focus on one lane, but not necessarily on one player. Warclap, what do they prioritize here? Will be the Xayah for their side. This is a champion that we have previously seen Kaiju on. Has performed well. We'll see what they pair it with for this game number 2. DFG though, their oppressive bot laners are gone. Smolder still up and available, but Lucian going to be the lock-in for their side. Now will they pair that with the Braum or a Mumu? Going to be the hover here. Nami and is also a good pick for their side. Not going to be locked in just yet. Mumu still the hover here. Could be flexed to support, but could also be in that jungle where we more commonly see it. Will be locked in for their side. And now Warclap, they're going to likely pick a jungle and a support here. We'll have to see what they elect to pick for this the last 2 picks of this first phase. Braum going to be the lock-in here. Braum, a very good support champion. Pairs well with Lucian as well, so a good steal for the side of Warclap. Of course, that Nami still up and available. One of the common enchanter picks for Lucian. Warclap, what do they want in jungle here? Because they're not entirely sure where the Amumu is going just yet, and it could be flexed based on what DFG do see here. Will be the final pick for this first phase is Kayn. Going to be the lock-in. A slightly more traditional jungle. I suppose Zac is a traditional jungle as well, so we'll need to see a more traditional mid laner come out for the side of Warclap. DFG, what do they want to wrap up this first phase with? Will be the Nami hover. And I don't necessarily hate this. Nami is a very good support, and Warclap could definitely ban it away, but also showing your hand this early kind of sucks a little bit. So Mumu will be going towards that jungle role. Will be the Nami Lucian in the bot lane. DFG, though, will be returning to the ban phase. Mordekaiser once again selected and locked in for their side. Trying to target this top lane a little bit. Silas going to be the answer back. And now DFG need to worry a little bit. Will the Malphite come out? Cho'Gath going to be the next hover and lock their final ban for this game number 2. DFG have already drafted themselves a very strong comp though. Will be the Udyr ban for the side of Warclap to finish this ban phase off. Now DFG, what do they want to priority pick here? Both sides have picked equal picks. Nothing uneven at the moment. Will be the Lissandra hover for the mid lane. Will be locked in here, and this is really good. DFG have a lot of good engage on their side. Seems like they really want to wrap this one up quickly. That Lucian Nami gets ahead in the bot lane could be disaster for the side of Warclap. LeBlanc, though, going to be the answer back in the mid lane. Hovered. LeBlanc reasonably good into Lissandra, but Lissandra can definitely good Lissandra can definitely lock that LeBlanc down and make life a little bit difficult. Will be locked in here for the side of Warclap. And a decent amount of pick coming out for their side. Braum, of course, does not entirely fit with that, but Xayah definitely makes life... he does. Not in entirely the same way, and definitely good into the Nami. We'll have to see how this ends up shaking out as Trundle. Going to be the final lock here for the side of Warclap. So a little bit of split pushing threat along with that pick potential. Now DFG, how do they wrap up this team fighting comp? They really need some more tank, some good front line to work with the Amumu on those engages. And Ornn would go absolutely crazy here. Will be the Darius though. All right, everyone. Game number 2, Warclap taking on DFG. A little bit of switch up in this matchup as Ken Goods does get an early ward. Protect his jungle. His Taco is going to be looking for a response ward on those Raptors, but of course it's a Kayn. Most of us know where he should be starting. Once again, some dancing here in this bottom side. And Goods will indeed be starting on those Raptors, but good information from Fizz Tacos to make sure that both teams are aware. And Zoko and Happy Senpai out. Do they run this lane? Xayah and Braum, a good pairing. Definitely a lot of lockdown in this lane. We'll need to be very careful in this match as Rapowski going to do a bit of damage to Fizz Tacos. Trying to get a little bit back for game number 1. And Goods will be on this bottom side, but Zoko does hit the level 2 earlier. Will be doing a decent amount of damage to the bottom lane here. Bot lane of Warclap finally hitting that level 2. Tactical and Gojo going to battle it out on this top side. Definitely going to be a little bit favored towards the side of Tactical on this Trundle early. Gojo not able to do nearly as much damage in this early game. Good lock up onto the Happy Senpai, but the double bubble coming out for this Nami means that Warclap will lose that trade in the bottom side. Going to be very aggressive on this lane matchup. Zoko taking early control. All healing used for the side of Warclap's bot lane. As Princeland pops that final pot in his inventory. Not a lot of mana left though for the side of DFG in this lane. Need to be a little bit careful. Ooh, the early usage of that W invites Rapowski in on that LeBlanc. Will punish some of the spell usage. The bot lane of DFG looking for a cheater recall on this bottom side. Gojo shoving this wave in on the top side. Tactical going to have it all to do here. Ooh, the turret shot for Gojo going to make it a little bit rough. Tactical doing a good job of allowing this lane to push in here on this top side. Trying to invite the Kayn up. Gojo decides to go aggressive in this play. Will pull back Tactical. Will do a lot of damage to him here. Ignite coming out for Tactical. We'll try to push away that Darius. Discourage him from going any further on that play. Gojo will reset. No teleport available for either top laner here. Ignite taken for Tactical and Exhaust for Gojo. Level 6 though achieved first for the Trundle. Trundle wanting more of these quick trades. Matrixsenpai needs to be a little bit careful here. The bubble does land on Defense Loon. Halfway to that stun. Needs to be very careful about his play. Gojo now getting pushed in on this top side. And Amumu is up here. Level 6 up and available for this Darius. Tactical looking for a recall. Will not be able to complete it. Darius will spot that out. Won't stop him from finishing, but Amumu up here. This is not looking good. Are we going to get a repeat of game number 1? It's like we just might. Tactical on that top side. Not find his way out. Will fall for first blood once again. This time going over to the Darius. Sarkos and Rapowski battling it out here, forcing the ultimate out of the Lissandra. Rapowski trying to find the correct angle. The root comes out and the stun onto the correct target. Rapowski flashing forward, does not get the E. Handgoods is here. Rapowski will secure the kill. And our camera goes a little bit wild as the bot lane is also fighting. Maybe needs to run from this Kane. Trying not to give him any more of those stacks. Did blow the flash on both of these. Coco looking for the kill. Not going to quite find it. Ultimate used on this Lucian. Not secure any of those. But will be able to secure some turret plates. Handgoods now on this top side. Looking for potential play onto Gojo. The ultimate still available for Tactical. And that Noxian Guillotine still available for Gojo as well. Gojo sensing something is not quite right as Tactical tries to bait him out. Handgoods decides he cannot wait any longer. Does look for the play. Gojo does have flash available and elect to use it. Will do so. The ultimate coming out from Tactical, but still getting underneath the turret, and that exhaust so critical. Gojo will escape with his life. Drake spawning on the bottom side. DFG going to look for this objective. Mayview starting this one up. There is a pink ward in the back, and Rapowski is hovering around this side, but do they really want to contest with Handgoods looking for those scrubs on the top side? Gojo needs to get back to this lane. Rapowski dodging away from the bubble. Looking for a potential play here. It will be collected for the side of DFG. I need to be careful. This bottom side getting very aggressive for the side of DFG. Handgoods looking for a potential invade, but the ultimate coming out, and Handgoods is all on his lonesome. He will fall. Good secure by the side of DFG to prevent that invade from going off. Maybe it will secure his own red buff. Things very desperate now. In bottom lane is a 22 CS lead for the side of DFG. Kaiju just not able to get any farm on this NBC champion. Gojo going aggressive, but taking multiple turret shots. Will secure the kill, but will trade it back. Trapped by the pillar. Shutdown going over to Tactical. Trade of top laners here. The ultimate coming out from Happy-senpai, but unfortunately just not in the right direction. Quinslin going to throw out his own ult in response. Zoko has that ult up and available, but no mana to be able to use it. Kowski now roaming down towards this bottom side. But Zoko and Happy-senpai will back off. Kowski getting this mid wave pushed in. Is this a repeat of game number 1? Where top lane becomes pretty much a camp for the side of DFG. And this one is going to be a little bit more critical than the previous one. Darius, such a good team fighter for the side of DFG. They can force these team fights around objectives and definitely force multiple members here. But Rapowski looking for the play will fall. Canned Goods not close enough. Kaiju looking to use the ultimate. Get away from that Lucian R. Tactical Baptism getting run down once again by Gojo. That pillar creating enough space for him to get away. Will manage to get out with his life. Malignant's now completed for the Lissandra in this mid lane. XP difference in this mid lane. Ooh, Mayview coming in to make this an unfair fight. The Ignite coming down and 2 turret shots. Not enough to take down this Amumu. Once again, we do see this camp on the top side going very poorly for Tactical. Fizz tries to get out. Rapowski has him locked up, and this may just be the end of this Lissandra. The flash. LeBlanc Q will secure the kill. Maybe not close enough to protect his mid laner. Now Canned Goods looking for potential play on this bottom side. Kaiju low. Does have the ultimate available. Oh, the bubble coming out from Happy-senpai though. Canned Goods coming in, but the wave here for multiple members to ride. Zoko flashing. Happy-senpai also needing to flash away. Kaiju not able to get close enough with that flash, and now Zoko going back in will take Kaiju very low on that Zaya. Not quite enough damage, but Canned Goods looking for the return, and have they gone too far? Indeed they have. Oh, good dash away from Zoko. But the Nami will fall. Guillotine coming down on that top side. Rapowski looking for the play will slay Lucian. Will trade his own life in response and trade away multiple turret plates as well. Gojo on this top side. 4 plates collected for him. Will nearly have that turret gone. This is the frustrating part for a Trundle when you are not able to do your job to split push. Destroy those turrets. First turret collected by Gojo on the top side. Second Drake going to be started up by DFG on this bottom side. Vision up and available for the side of Warclap. Canned Goods in the area. Still no transform available for him just yet. He might have gone a little bit too soon. Multiple members here for DFG collapsing on this Drake, but the ultimate coming out onto the jungler means this will be a DFG Drake. Rapowski now trying to look for something, not able to find it. Will be rooted up by Fizz Tacos. It's over the wall. Goes back though, and Mayview will collect that kill. Happy Senpai throwing out the wave. Only Poon Saloon to ride it. Gojo is down here on this bottom side. Will not take up the turret aggro just yet. Happy Senpai very low. And Zoko going to be the next member to tank. Oh, a good cleanse coming out from Kaiju, but just not quite enough. Will fall. 2 members. Poon Saloon getting slain by Fist Tacos, but the Nami will get executed. Tactical does get the response in this top side, but what a good dive from the side of DFG, securing that Drake. Can Goods, though, back on this bottom side, has respawned. Will enter the Darius, but I don't think you really want this fight. Gojo does a lot of damage right now. Kowski, though, here to even it out. Does not matter as the guillotine comes down. A double kill for the Darius. Ignite used by the Lysandra, or excuse me, the LeBlanc as well. Tactical just up here on this top side. Happy Senpai is trying to do something. Will stun him up with the bubble, and Zoko on the way out. Tactical needs to be a little bit careful here. Likely to secure this turret. Will lose his life for it, but some gold back. They will call that worth. He does collect that turret on the top side. Both tier 2s now down on the top side. Riptail being taken. For the side of DFG, they will give up all of the neutral objectives except for Grubs this game. But this one looking more and more rough as Fizz Tacos finds Poon Saloon. Gojo will be here as well. Pulls him back in. The kill will be secured. Gojo is now dominating. 16.5 minutes and a 5.5k gold lead for the side of DFG. Kowski on this top side, looking for Zoko. Not able to find the full combo. Nami will now be up here on this top side as well. Helping to clear out some of this vision. And 17 minutes into the game, no transform available for the Kane. The stun coming out, and Fizz Tacos will slay Rapowski on that LeBlanc. And so looking for a play on the bottom side with Tactical Baptism. Will get spotted out on a ward. And Goods now looking for Fizz Tacos. Oh, the bait with the Lysandra Claw. Not elect to take that. Now, Riptail sum it up in this mid lane will secure the final outer for the side of DFG. Tactical going to take a decent amount of damage on this Trundle. Another charge for that Rift Herald in the mid lane. Gojo starts up objective, but will not complete it. Can Goods, though, will finally have his transform. Red Kane at 17 minutes. Red Kane, the correct choice here. No good targets to assassinate as side of Warclap is really far behind, but a good ultimate coming out. Winslow trying to find anything he can. Shutdown going over to Rapowski, and Goods going to run for his life. And a 1-0 in favor of Warclap, showing they still have some signs of life. But Gojo not in that fight. Multiple members of Warclap now rotating towards this bottom side, but they need to be careful. Tactical running down this Darius. Pillar going to be avoided. Gojo chooses not to fight. Personally, I believe that is the correct choice. $15 seconds on this Drake in both teams. Learning the posture. Rapowski looking for play on Happy Senpai. Will almost force him out. Forcing the flash off of this Nami. Tactical now looking for the play. Flashes forward, but the exhaust does come down. Bubble comes out as well. Rapowski trying to find it. Tactical will secure the kill. And Goods now getting jumped on by Gojo. The guillotine comes out. is godlike on this Darius. Kaiju needing to run for his life. Multiple people rooted up. This Tacos going to Doko, though, does secure the kill. Rapowski, the final remaining member. Shutdown does go over with LeBlanc, but triple kill for the Lucian in response, and that Drake will be theirs for the taking. An ace in favor of DFG. Tactical will be responding soon. If DFG want to take this Drake, they need to do it now. We'll put them on soul point. Canned goods up and available. No jungler for the side of DFG just yet. We need to do this quickly. Kane is fast approaching, and he knows exactly where that Drake is. Teleport coming out from the Lissandra, but he will elect not to contest. Dragon going over to the side. Ooh, Tactical now needing to run for his life. Kaiju, very rough spot. Only Poonslin will ride the wave, though. He's not on the wave, so not looked perfect, but acceptable enough. There's a big purple worm now available for both teams. Will be positioned on by the side of DFG first. They will look to secure as much of the vision as they can before going for this objective. Gojo, of course, has all the pressure on this bottom side, does have the TP up and available. Rapowski trying to get something back here. His Tacos and Tactical battling it out. Fairlord not looking too kind as Poonsloon going to have to flash over the wall. Getting away from the Nami slow. Applied by Zoko. Now, multiple members of DFG hunting out Tactical here. Zoko will find him, but does he want this fight just now? Doesn't seem like it. The ult coming out from his Tacos. Tactical doing his best to put as much damage down, but will not secure the kill. Zoko manages to survive here. His Tactical will fall to the jungler. Kaiju trying to get a response in this mid lane, but do DFG just look for the Baron here? One important member down, no front line, and oh no, Gojo has found Kaiju. That is going to be a dead Bastion. That is the wrong direction. Now 2 members gone for the side of Warclap. This Baron is all but secured. Canned goods sniffing around to see if there's a potential play, but Fizz Taco trying to make sure that this does not happen. The wave comes out and flash from Gojo. And Goods needs to run for his life. Happy Senpai misses the bubble. Fizz Tacos looking for the potential stun. A good Q away for Canned Goods, but does not matter. It's all for show. Baron secured by the side of DFG. Will be kill available, or sorry, all purple members on the side of DFG. 8.5k gold lead at 23 minutes into this game. Once again, most of that gold is on the top side, but this time a large discrepancy in the bottom lane. Kind of a little bit troubling for the side of Warclap. Laya is one of the better ADCs. Gojo, though, needs to be careful here. Has multiple members trying to play around the wave. Quinslin will just walk in and auto him. Canned Goods is now here for the play as well. Shutdown going over to the Kane. Canned Goods looking for return play. Fizz Taco's coming over the wall. A good stun coming out from Mayview. Tactical going to get ulted and immediately unulted. Will fall. Double kill going over to the Lucian. Rapowski sitting in a bush, but I don't think he really wants to look for this engagement. Kaiju trying to get a turret back in the mid lane. Will claim an objective bounty. Senpai trying to find the bubble here, but once again, a push through bottom lane. Kaiju is still in this mid. Needs to recall. Help his team out. Is Rapowski trying to help his own team out. Happy Senpai will likely fall. Just barely manages to live. 5 HP more than he needed. Queensland will fall to Fizz Tacos. And the turret will fall on this bottom side. Canned Goods has respawned. Is looking for a play here. Kaiju will finally recall in this mid lane, but the base of Warclap is cracked. DFG will reset. Not able to push all the way for the end like they did in game number 1. Right about the same time as well. Not quite the same gold lead that they had in that previous game, so they instead will likely look to push down this mid lane. Gojo sniffing around. Does look for a potential play. Oh, wilted glass cone. Does need to get this. Kane will manage to do so. The W likely come out soon because Tacos is also here. That's a lot of health on this Kane though. Gojo needs to be very careful here. 4 members, 2 shutdowns going over to that LeBlanc. 2 for 0. Warclap. A little bit of life here. Fourth Drake spawning now, and they will look for it, but a push coming out from the side of DFG. Tactical going to get bubbled up. Maybe will land the Q, but not the R. Doesn't matter. Zoko is godlike. The rest of DFG push this in.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Will secure that outer, but the Drake does go down. No soul just yet available. The wave comes out, but Penicillin will avoid it. Without Gojo, without Fizz Tacos, DFG do not feel secure in pushing in this mid lane turret. Will just reset instead. Gojo needs to be careful here though. Kaiju almost spots him out. Does not manage to land the Q in time. Warclap showing some signs of life in this game number 2. Rapowski finding some critical kills at critical moments. Can they continue this? Gojo does have a lot of tankiness. He is a very good team fighter, but if it's only him and one other person against 4 members, it's still very, very difficult. Baron spawning in 2 minutes now. Will be the next objective both of these teams look for. And goods on 3 full items. Rapowski finding Gojo, but Gojo will pull him in. Not quite able to complete a kill. Happy Senpai will throw out the wave. The response comes out from Poonsaloon though. Flashboard from Kaiju looking for a play. Will secure the kill. Gojo now in a very rough spot. Will get the Q off and will heal up. But Poonsaloon very, very low. Needs to be careful. Zoko dashing forward, but the TP coming out in the middle from Tactical. This is not where you want to be, buddy. The ultimate from the Lissandra will come out, and Tactical trying to use that R, but will not manage to survive. Gojo does have the flash available, will use it, but will get knocked up underneath the turret. Doesn't matter. And goods falls. Zoko is legendary. This may just be the game. Only Rapowski and Penicillin left available. Large wave coming in on the bottom side of this middle inhibitor turret will go down. The inhibitor soon to follow. 2 large waves pushing into their base. Thaya respawning now. Tactical in 15 seconds, and the rest of DFG will back off. Playing this game a little bit slower, a little bit safer. Not pushing for the end just yet. Not nearly as much of a gold lead. Hot lane inhibitor will be respawning in about a minute, but Baron respawning in, or spawning in 20 seconds. Not going to be available, or will be. Sorry, their bot lane inhibitor will not be available by the time the Baron spawns. Happy Senpai needs to be careful. Zoko the same. Tactical on his way. The TP coming out from both solo laners. And this may just be the end of the game. Happy Senpai incredibly low. Penicillin will look for the kill. Rapowski able to secure, Ken Good's able to secure it. Shutdown going on to the Lucian. This Sakos using the Zanyas, but to no avail. Rapowski getting away from Mayview. We use the Amumu R, but not quite able to get enough members. Now Warclap are going to look to start up this Baron, but Rapowski has to recall. Canned Goods is incredibly low, and Mayview is completely healthy. They cannot do this Baron. Kaiju trying to get it, while Canned Goods does look for the play on the Rift Scuttle. Mayview going to make Poonsaloon regret his decisions, and Canned Goods will fall. Oh no, it's disaster. Mayview is going to fall to Kaiju here. Nope, never mind. I spoke too soon. No Baron secure for the side of Warclap, as they just did not have enough healthy members there to be able to do it. Now Happy Senpai will clear out this vision. Warclap starting to fight their way back into this game. 30 seconds on this Drake. Have an opportunity to stop the soul again. Good hovers here on Zoko. Needs to be careful, but Happy Senpai, multiple members riding the wave. Poonsloon going to fall very, very low. Will use the Braum ultimate, but will not matter as Rapowski trying to find, will find Lysandra. Trying to get out now. Oh no, you do not want to go back. Too many members there. Rapowski will fall. Gojo now fighting tactical, will pull him back. And Goods trying to create some space for his team. The bot lane inhibitor has now respawned, but Drake is up and available, and that will likely be Soul for the side of DFG. They are rotating over towards that side. Canned Goods looking for the potential play, does have that Kane ultimate available. Not enough. Oh, there is enough vision here. Will spot out the Kane. Gojo just looking for that player. It will go to the side of DFG. Now they will rotate over towards this Baron. Looking for the potential play on top side. Did see Tactical pushing that wave in, but will not manage to find him. He will recall before it gets too late. Mid lane inhibitor respawning in a minute for the side of DFG, but this Baron will be started up now by 5 members of DFG. And Goods looking for the play, but gets caught by the wave. Happy Senpai going to be in a little bit of trouble. The Kane does get the ultimate off onto Fizz Taco. Splash out, but Zoko's on a killing spree. Gojo will fall to Rapowski, but Poonsloon going to be in a very difficult position. Double kill for the Lucian, but Rapowski putting in the damage. Triple kill for Tactical in response. Happy Senpai, the only remaining member of DFG, will try to get something, but just loses his life instead. Will not stop the Baron, unfortunately. No members of DFG going to be up and available in time, but Tactical may not have enough health for this. Kaiju does a lot of damage. They decide to pull off it just in time too. One more auto from that Baron. Kaiju, or excuse me, Tactical would die. Will lose their middle, or their middle inhibitor will respawn. Will prevent that turret from going down. DFG having a little bit of trouble closing this particular game out. Were able to do it in the last one, but have not been able to find the angle in this one. Rapowski finding these critical members of DFG, keeping Warclap in this game on this LeBlanc. And has been this Baron dance multiple times that has caused issues for DFG. They are now only 3k up in gold. Rapowski bashing away from the potential play by Fizz Tacos. As once again they start positioning around this Baron. Will this be their downfall? Once again, we see a play. Maybe looking for potential play. Tactical going to get him stunned up. Canned Goods, though, getting jumped on by multiple members, but now the rest of the team is here, and Gojo has to be careful. Does not have the ultimate. Oh, but will get it onto Poonsloon. Multiple members falling as double kill secured for Lucian. Kaiju will slay Gojo. Tactical going to run Rapowski very, very low, but was shut down, or did get the shutdown onto the Lucian. Now has to run for his life. His 3 members of DFG still up and available. Trying to prevent this wave from pushing in, but the flash forward from Pistacos will not secure the kill. Matrixsenpai pushing towards this middle inhibitor. Teleport available for Pistacos. Rapowski needs to get back. Those death timers not too long. Canned Goods and Kaiju will be up and available very soon. Oh no, maybe finds Rapowski, the ace for DFG. Will they be able to take both of these inhibitors? Will take the middle. Not look to take the bottom. Both critical members of DFG coming up very, very shortly. This team not able to find the closeout, not able to get these critical kills. Warclap showing some signs of life, and we're starting to get to the point in the game where gold does not matter nearly as much. Almost all item completions done. Oh, maybe you will not use the Q onto Canned Goods, or sorry, Spoon Saloon. Let's see, 4v5 here in the mid lane. Rapowski on the way out, but not quite there yet. If DFG are going to fight, they need to do it soon. Get a pick before Rapowski is able to make it out there. Not able to find it just yet. DFG have decided they don't care about the Baron. Will go in with Fizz Tacos, who does get one member. Zoka will claim Canned Goods. Tactical very, very low. The flash from Mayview. Fizz Tacos, no abilities available. Does not have anything. Kaiju doing it all on this fight, but very, very low on both of these teams. Only 2 members remaining for the side of Warclap as DFG. All 5 still up and available. We'll march it in with this massive wave. Kaiju trying to get something done. Tactical trying to help him out. Fizz Tacos very, very low. The Trundle will fall to Gojo. The Zaya not long after, and this will be game number 2. DFG almost throwing this lead, but still able to close it out. Decided not to play around with the Baron anymore. All right, welcome back, everyone. We have Gojo, the top laner for Deathfire Grasp Squad, here for an MVP interview. Gojo, how y'all feeling after that game?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good to finally see our practice pay off and, you know, to get a dub working together. First game was clean. Second game was really sloppy. We got to get back in the weeds.
Yeah, second game was a little bit rougher for you guys. Almost throwing around multiple Baron fights. And eventually it seemed like you guys just decided, okay, we're not playing this anymore. We're just going to push down mid and end the game. And you did, so good job.
Yeah, we want to focus more on like the fact that we have our gold lead. Just use it, you know, pull the Baron and make them have to face check us, or like just take the 5v5. But
yeah, for sure. That being said, you did almost end the game at the exact same spot in game number 2 as game number 1. Pushing in with only
wow, okay.
yeah, it was very, very close in terms of time. Weren't quite able to complete it. Didn't have the same gold lead that you did in game number 1, but I mean, both games you were a very solid player, really handling that top lane well, and of course making things difficult for Tactical. So, anyone else you want to shout out on your team though?
Yeah, I like Happy. Happy's really good. He's the one who directs us all, you know, so he's normally calling everything, and then we're just kind of following up on it. So
awesome.
Shout out to Happy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us on stream and giving us a good game. We look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, go celebrate with your team. Bye.